You guys have all boarded the Phoenix, and you have taken off from the Dawn Temple. Hey, thank you so much for more bits, Victoria. We appreciate that. Oh, thank you. She's giving us bits for the opening animation.
Oh, yeah.
Victoria, I'll show you how to make it sometime. It's actually really, really easy. So we are going to jump right back in as you guys are... Dran, one thing I did want to mention to you is this distress call also came with, it was encrypted with information about where the distress call was coming from. So you do have some coordinates. And it is coming from an area of the Outer Rim, which you guys happen to be on. The Outer Rim is actually enormous here in the galaxy. But you do have some coordinates. The problem is that the distress signal was really broken, and some of the information within the coordinates is missing. So it's just going to increase maybe the difficulty of a check in order to pinpoint the location.
Gotcha.
And Nico would know that you use the ship's navicomputer to input coordinates to get ready for a jump to hyperspace. Exactly what's happening over top of Lip's shoulders right now.
We're about to do a this thing.
That's right.
It's like Nico has the PowerPoint. It's like here's hyperspace for dummies.
So I guess my question to you guys is, who would like to make, this can be anybody, who would like to make the astrogation check to try to input the correct coordinates into the navicomputer and get the ship ready for hyperspace?
You'll have my help.
I don't have formal training in astrogation, but I'm good at math.
It's a part of my skill, so I can use your math skills. You do the thing, and I'll help you out.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, so with Nico's help, that'll give you a blue boost to your roll.
All right.
And
Let's
this is
see
going
how
to,
this goes.
since you have most of the coordinates, it's going to be 2 purple difficulty.
Let's see how this goes. You know,
Don't screw this up.
I would call upon destiny, but it seems to be on the dark side today.
You have 1 point. You do have a point.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
Whoa! Wow!
Is this real life?
Wow!
Let me just say, I super helped, by the way.
Wow! You did super help.
Made it better at every
You can see the Matrix now.
That's right. As you're,
wrong movie.
As you're running through the computer, as you're getting the computer ready, Dran, it's almost as if you have you're piecing this code together, and you're just filling in the missing gaps as if it was like second nature. Like this is the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easily that number. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that symbol belongs there. Yes. Just typing it in, getting it all ready, and you basically look at Nico and say, "It's ready. We got our coordinates."
All right.
You do have 3 advantage. Is there anything in particular that you like to do with those, or anything story-wise? Because 3 advantage is usually about as good as a triumph when you roll it.
Wow. I think with 3 advantage, could we have said that we can calculate like to come in maybe at a trajectory that gives him some room to pilot if things are looking hairy?
Absolutely. Yes.
Cool. That we're not coming in exactly on the point. We're coming in at like the right approach.
Yes.
Nice.
You actually probably, as you're typing in, can tell that this area is near a probably near a planet that has a few moons. And you could actually position to come out of hyperspace, like on the dark side of the moon.
Dark side of the moon.
so like you can have cover coming in out of hyperspace, so you know exactly what you're heading into. Yeah, perfect. Yes, you can do that. So yeah, you got the ship ready. You look over to Nico. Nico starts typing in the controls, getting things ready. Takes a hold of the handle, and just jets the hyperdrive handle forward, and you guys see that animation pop up right behind. I need to get that animation and have like a cutscene in Twitch, so it just does that as you guys like sink back into your chairs and go off into hyperspace.
Side wipe.
Yeah, sideways. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys blast into hyperspace, and Dran, you think it's probably only going to take you in hyperspace to reach these coordinates probably less than an hour.
Quick one.
Yeah, it's a very quick one.
All right. That's a distress call. This could get hairy. I'm gonna check my blaster, make sure it's all looking good.
It seems to be in good shape, and plus you guys had a week to like redo some things, check things, make adjustments, fix things at the temple. You're pretty sure you're ready to go, Dran. Does anybody else have anything like within this hour that you would like to do? As you guys are just seeing stars rush by.
Yes. I would like to kind of be more familiar with the star system that we're headed to. And so if I look up on kind of the ship's computer, what do I know about this system?
Oh, that's interesting. Do you have knowledge? Is there a knowledge skill based on space? Let me check.
Core world.
Knowledge outer rim.
Yeah.
Knowledge outer rim. Do you have knowledge outer rim at all?
I do.
Oh, you do.
Ah.
All right. So you come back with.
It's one of my career skills.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a knowledge outer rim check, and we're gonna call this average difficulty with 2 purple dice.
Okay.
As you are using the computer systems to call out some information. Okay, 2 success. Yeah. You gain some information about the system that you're going to. Unfortunately, most of the information that you're getting back is that the system's location is kind of like it's a non-inhabitable planet that you're coming to. There hasn't been
Like
any record.
non-inhabitable, like no one can live there,
Yeah.
or uninhabited, people don't live there.
They cannot and don't. It's like Mars. Nobody's there.
Well,
we think, right? That's right. So basically, basically the kind of biology of the planet doesn't support life. But you do know that.
What's the name of the system again? Sorry.
Good question. It doesn't have a name. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it the B-52 system for right now.
B-52.
Just because that's the first thing that popped up into my mind as we. I don't know. Anybody heard? Isn't that the Love Shack, baby? Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
That'll be the names of the moons.
Yes.
Love Shack
All right,
and Baby?
sorry. So
Love
it's uninhabited
Shack,
and
baby.
hostile.
That's right. 3 moons. Love Shack, baby.
Hostile
Nico just turns
to-
that up on the
Okay.
So, but one thing that you do pull out information of this, Yeska, as you're going through this, you do know that the Outer Rim is notorious for space pirates.
Yes.
And any opportunity that somebody gets to, in kind of like your response to this distress call and thinking about it, any chance someone would get to basically hijack another ship or take advantage of any merchandise or trade goods that could be coming in on any kind of freighter or anything like that could be susceptible to one of these attacks if the opportunity presented itself.
And then I will relay my findings to my companions, my comrades, if you will, and that way we kind of all have basic same information about what is possibility.
Raven, do you have knowledge Outer Rim as any of your career skills by any chance?
I do not.
You do not? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let you make a free, just base knowledge roll.
I
So
don't like that.
Guess this
Uh-oh.
I guess this
I don't
would
like
be...
that.
We've known you for
offering it.
3 years, Michael. This is scary.
Just because I know your career and specialization, so I'm gonna let you make a free roll. This is also gonna be 2 purple dice, and it's just gonna be based off of your intellect, I believe, since you don't have any ranks in that.
Yeah. Okay. Not great. 3 advantage.
3 advantage. So yeah, nothing really like. Basically, as Jessica's kind of like filling you in on this information. One thing with your 3 advantage that you would also know is, as a bounty hunter, the bounty hunter space is more the Outer Rim as well, because the closer they get into the core of the galaxy, the more it gets to be a little bit trickier to do what you are paid to do. So
yeah, that's I'd say that's fair knowledge she'd have. Yeah.
Okay. So,
All right.
you guys are 5 minutes from coming out of hyperspace. So it looks like Nico's getting ready to latch himself back into his seat to get ready.
Everybody, buckle up.
Yep. Should we man the guns? Just in case they're...
My seat has
I'm
no
already
buckle.
there.
You're
Like,
right there.
Yeah,
Raven's always on.
ready to shoot anything.
Okay. Ravens.
Jessica looks at his seat. There's no buckles, so he kind of like life finds a way, ties
gosh.
himself to.
Oh, yeah.
I have a little button set up to just kind of click everybody in.
Yeah, as Nico clicks a button, these like random seat belts come out of like the corners of the chair and just go and just like lock Jessica into his seat behind him.
Can I tap into
Don't make me
the...
turn this thing around.
Little tied. Well, thanks. You have it in adult size.
What were we gonna say, MG?
From my seat, can I tap into the ventral turret if Raven's in the dorsal?
Like,
Yes.
just too far.
Basically, the way it works is you can man the guns from the computers, but you would, like, for instance, from the cockpit, you would only have control over one.
Yeah.
And with Nico driving, he's going to be focused more on the actual ship's controls. But having her down in the actual turret, she can actually control it via the targeting computer down there.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
Something that I need to know about ships. If we're flying in combat and Raven's down there shooting and they target Raven, does she take personal damage at all?
The way it works in this game is they don't really target Raven, they just target the ship. Now there can be critical hits against ships, which cause the ship's functions to
She
shut
just
down.
pops out and just goes flying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you feel like Raven, I mean, you definitely don't want to reach your maximum hull trauma and have your there's a chance that if you do that, your ship could just totally explode. And then you're all just dead. So you don't have to worry about just one. So you definitely don't want that to happen. But there's a chance like that your engines could shut off temporarily if you take the right kind of shot. They could basically make it to where Raven couldn't use the turret, kind of like in the Force Awakens, where like he's trying to shoot the gun and all of a sudden it gets shut down. You know.
Yeah.
So there's that, but
So as long as I just stay
the rules
dexterous.
the rules don't like specifically
Are you trying
say.
to get me killed? Is that what's
I'm
happening
trying to get
here?
you. I'm trying to not get you killed.
Okay,
Because
just checking.
He
that-
secretly
I did
painted
that
a
bow
target
move.
on that turret.
Kill switch
You
painted
did
the
that-
target.
Yeah, we did that.
Victoria says, "Don't let Raven fall into the vacuum."
Oh,
Okay.
Thanks for looking out for me, Lip. I love you.
So you guys, Lip makes the last adjustments, pulls the lever back, and comes out of hyperspace. It's your destination that Dran had perfectly lined up for you. As you guys end up on the dark side of Shack, the second moon of the B-52 system.
Like SHAQ.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, SHAQ. And you guys there, Dran, you are in the co-pilot seat. You nailed it. The destination that you set was perfect.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see that, Captain?
As Dran's ego inflates the size of the entire cockpit.
All right.
So what do you guys do?
I'm glad.
See if we can do system search to find maybe a more accurate location of the distress beacon.
Activate scanners.
Activating the scanners? Perfect. Yeah, you're running the scanners, Dran. And indeed, on the immediate opposite side of this moon, you getting blips. There are blips from a spacecraft, but you also get an additional blip. There are two spacecraft extremely close together on the opposite side of the moon.
Gotcha. Does scanners pick up any size? Does it have like a VIN number, like a car?
Yeah. There is a number. It's funny because you're getting a clear result back from one as you're getting the statistics coming back from it. It's a light freighter unit. It was last leaving. I think it's called Cato Nemoidia. Was the planet that it came from?
Is that legal?
And it is definitely under the leadership of a Captain Cyril Annette, and clearly gives the indication that the ship's title is the Silver Star. The other ship, however, is masked. It's not giving you anything but X's back in the computer of information.
Could be a trap.
Brilliant observation. Brilliant.
There it is, folks. There it is. We can just end right here.
Star Wars.
The episode.
We Star Wars.
Eat it up.
The Mon Calamari. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
We still have our speedster set up on the ship, right?
Your land speeder? Yes.
Yeah.
It does not work in space, Nico.
Not space worthy. It's convertible.
Well,
It's a rag top that you want to take out of space.
Yeah, we'd have to land on something.
I'm assuming we could land on the moon and use it to get around.
Should we maybe check out the ships first?
I think that would take longer than just
To get landed to go.
just whipping around. Although I do think
Do we know?
perhaps we should keep safe distance in case this unknown ship is pirates.
That's probably likely.
I don't know. You're the pilot.
Is there a trajectory that I can kind of wide berth around these ships? See if I can get like a circulatory path and kind of like sneak up from behind it at all?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Especially with the way Dran brought you guys in was perfect, because it actually, if you kind of do a sweep around the moon, you're gonna come up like right on the backside of this ship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as you guys make your way, looking at a distance, you can still see that the scanners are beeping, and you're getting closer and closer. Drifting in space on the other side of this moon is a severely damaged freighter with smoke trailing from its mangled thrusters and blaster streaks marring its hull. And like you were saying, the transceiver that you guys got is definitely the one that you got the distress call from, Dren. Docked with this larger vessel is a smaller craft, which is undamaged. And its transceiver signal, like I said, is masked, a clear indication of pirates or other criminals. With the attackers already on board, the crew of the Silver Star might not have much time left.
Hey, Raven. You think you can get yourself kind of blasted close if I get you close to the ship?
You want me to board? Or you want me to blast?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I'm gonna share. I have some handouts prepared.
Is that a possibility? Could I like?
Here is the Silver Star. So that's gonna show. It's gonna come up in your handouts under ships and vehicles.
Okay.
That's what the Silver Star looks like, and attached to the side of it, is one of these. So I'm going to show this to everybody.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot
That's
smaller.
Stealthy.
One.
You want one? I know.
Want that.
So we don't blast it. Are we like stealing it from the pirates? Is that what's happening right now?
Good.
Yeah.
Don't blow
If you want to hop
in my
in,
new ship.
hit the gas.
Don't blow holes in my new ship.
All right. All right. So yeah, the question is like he wants to get us up close so I can board the ship, right?
And then I would trick maneuvering to drop her off. See if I can round myself around, just in case we need to like fire off around her. I'll have blasters kind of set in her direction.
Okay. Nico, and you would know too. You have seen a G9 rigger class light freighter before. They're pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
They do have multiple airlocks, so you could, in fact, like pull up to the other side of the ship, airlock to it, and you guys could all board the freighter if you choose to do it that way.
Gotcha. Do we know the crew complement of the pirate vessel? Like, does it typically house like a crew of 2, a crew of 4?
Yeah, based on how big it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on how big it is, you could probably be determined anywhere between 2 and 6.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, we can definitely lock on.
Yeah. I mean,
We've
I have a jetpack, but I don't think I have like a suit.
Yeah, I don't think you have any way to breathe in space.
Yeah,
So I think the airlock is the
You're
best
very
option.
quick chance, this much chance to make it.
Okay.
My only
Yeah.
concern is that we don't want to underestimate this situation. As soon as I lock in, should be ready to attack anything that may come boarding onto our ship as opposed to us boarding onto it.
Yeah.
So, Michael, you're saying that we can, like, log on to the Silver Star,
Yes.
not the pirate ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
the smaller ship looks like it only has one airlock. So and it's already engaged with the Silver Star. So
Yeah.
So we have to get on this one. So here's my plan, you all.
Oh,
Nico's
no.
going to get on. I'm gonna cross right through the Silver Star, get on the other ship, detach, and fly.
Work.
And fly.
What could go wrong?
Nevertheless,
What
that
could
is
go wrong?
What could go wrong? He's looking at that direction, but we should also figure out what's happening on the start. There's the start.
Nico's
Yeah, that's
already
plan B.
starting.
What's plan A?
Nico's already thinking about how he can become an admiral of a fleet here. So how he can acquire more spaceships.
Hey, I'm just taking after Dr. Dran.
That's right.
I'm not an admiral. I can get court-martialed for
All right.
All right, Nico, pull us in.
All right, locking us in.
All right.
Is anybody by the airlock?
No, there's an airlock. Probably the easiest one for you with a larger ship would probably be the rear airlock. There's like an airlock that's kind of in this. It's like a really big garage door on the back of this freighter that is used to kind of like load and unload. But there is an airlock attachment that you could attach to it.
I would have Raven hop off the turret, head on over there.
Yeah, I'd be there.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
And Yeska is also ready to board.
Okay. So you guys.
I'm gonna board as well. Boost our numbers.
Board as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting that over. I'm gonna pull you guys over to another map.
Hi.
And my music should play and change. That's great. It did. Fantastic. But the volume's a little loud, so I'm gonna turn it down.
Whoa.
Are you guys able to see
Ready.
where you're at?
Yes.
The outside of the ship and outside of the ship?
Yeah.
We're touching the butt?
Yeah, you're touching the butt. That's right.
Touching the butt.
He touched the butt. That's right. Yeah, you guys basically imagine that your YT-1300, the Phoenix, is attached to the back of this, as you guys have this air-sealed lock attached to the back, and you guys are getting ready. You watch as the airlock kind of like releases the and all this, like, you know.
I put on my black cloak.
That's it. That's it.
Yeska wants to go ahead and unclip both of his lightsabers from his belt and not turn them on yet, but just, we're ready because we're in close quarters. I don't want to stab anybody just yet, but I'm ready.
Cool. Awesome. You guys enter through the airlock. Is Yeska the first to enter through?
I'd go first.
Raven would go
Yeah.
first? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and reveal part of this craft to you guys. As you guys open into the airlock, you notice in front of you, there is a big area of space where it looks like this is kind of like the back of a truck. Basically, imagine that. The spacecraft is built like this is the storage compartment. There are a few bodies strewn on the floor. Definitely look like they've taken blaster fire. And you can also see that there's obvious marks of blaster fire that happened in this room. Dark marks on the walls, on other pieces of material. Now, it's a little tricky to see, but if you see on your map, I'm going to shift ping you guys right to here. Wait, I got to go to my select move tool. Shift ping you right here. Do you see that ping going off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a ladder that leads up.
Oh.
Okay, so this space goes underneath there, and it also goes on top. And on top, you see two...
Oh, like 2 sea levels, yeah.
Yeah, on top, there's other boxes, but you also see 2 Rhodians that have blasters out. And they look at you all, and they start to panic. And at this time, I'm going to put a turn order up, and I would like you all to rule... I'm going to call it cool for you guys, because of your advantage coming in with Dran and what he was prepared for, I'm going to allow you guys to rule cool. I'm going to roll vigilance for the bad guys.
Got some great rolls here.
We'll talk about it.
Oh.
Interesting.
If we talk about it, it goes away.
There we go. Now it added.
What? How are they so good at vigilance?
But they shouldn't be.
They're so vigilant.
They just rolled really well.
Like Mad Eye Moody levels of vigilant.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reorder our turn order. And let's go ahead and break ties. 2, 2, 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 2 PCs. 0, 2, 0, 2. That, the last one needs to be switched. And I think that's right.
At this time.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay. As they look towards you guys and start to shout at one another, someone is entering the spacecraft! Quick! And one of them is actually going to just move up towards the edge right here and look towards Raven and just fire towards Raven. So difficulty on that Raven is going to be...
I have armor. Yeah.
So 1 setback on that. And because they have the high ground...
Oh,
damn it!
This is divinity. It's divinity. It's all over.
Here's how I'm going to rule the high ground in this combat sequence. That's right. Don't do it, Anakin! I have the high ground. They get a blue boost dice if they're attacking down towards you guys. If you guys are attacking up towards them, you automatically add 1 black setback die because of the advantage of the high ground, folks. And for those of you that have seen Star Wars, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I've got 1 purple, 1 setback, 1 boost, and here comes a heavy blaster pistol coming to Raven. It misses with 2 advantage, so he's going to pass a boost to his comrade over here.
Great. That's fine.
I'm just going to go ahead and add a boost there. And this, before this guy goes, basically, you guys see beyond, there's a door up there. And another door opens. As he's going to use his whole turn to open up the cockpit. And he moved and he opened the door. So he did 2 maneuvers. So that's all he's going to do for his turn. A third NPC is going to go. And you guys see somebody running through that open door. It looks like a human man of middle age. And he comes running through. And he sees that the shots have been fired. What? How? No one should know we're here. Destroy them all. And he himself is going to fire, and since Raven is the only one that's through, he's going to fire at Raven, which is 1 purple, 1 setback, 1 blue boost. And I'm going to use a dark side destiny point to upgrade his attack. Okay. This is fine. Okay. It's not. And here comes his shot, and he got some kind of pistol that looks different from what you guys have seen. It has like an extended kind of elongated, looks like almost like a tin can on the end of the barrel, so to speak, the way it's shaped. And he fires it towards you. And he hits you. That's 12 damage.
Oh God! Wait, what is vicious?
I gotta find out exactly the vicious quality again, because I knew what it did, and then now I forgot. I know it's bad because it has the name vicious.
Yeah.
It is definitely bad.
Where is the condition?
It can't be good.
Injury or hit, the character adds 10 times the vicious rating to the critical roll. With Vicious 3, for example,
Oh, so there's no crit.
30 critical energy. Critical, yeah.
What does it do? Oh,
If you crit, you add to the...
So it would add an additional 40 because it's Vicious 4?
Yes.
It would add 40 to your critical. Oh, yeah, so that can be bad. He rolled one advantage, so he's going to pass an advantage to one of his buddies, giving him a boost, and that ends the NPC's first 3 goes. It's a first PC's go. As you guys, Raven got pummeled as she ran in through the airlock.
I'm going. I activate my jetpack and fly straight up so they don't have the high ground on me. Because no more.
Is it a maneuver for your jetpack?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my maneuver.
All right. So Raven takes to the air, floating, hovering in the air, leveling out so that no one has an advantage on high ground on her.
And I'm gonna hit the guy that hit me, cause ow!
Which guy that hit you? There's the two.
You got
the Rhodian and you got the human guy.
The human guy.
Okay.
Yeah, going for him. So is it 2 purple?
I believe this is only 1 purple for you for
1
range.
purple.
Oh, and I forgot to flip my destiny die. I apologize. Let's go ahead and use that dark side from last time.
Destiny.
So flip that over. Oh!
Nice.
Oh! Triumph!
Oh!
Yes.
Is that a crit?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not a crit.
Oh, one thing I need you to do. Can you go ahead and roll just 1 black setback die because he is wearing some armor, and we'll just take off anything that you would roll on the black setback if you did.
14 so far.
Okay, so you take 1 success off.
Okay.
So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4.
13.
13 damage.
Yeah.
Soakable. Oh,
yeah.
He still takes a beating with that shot.
As
he stumbles back. Triumph. You can crit with a triumph. You can think of some other advantageous thing that could happen out of this.
I would like to shoot his gun out of his hands and it falls to the second platform so he can't reach it.
Yes!
Yes!
As you do, this
Nice.
pistol goes flying out of his hands and it rattles it's in some of those boxes down below. Like it rattles in between. So it's actually stuck down in there somewhere. And he looks like he looks down and then looks at you with some hatred. And as he looks at you, Raven, you recognize this individual. He's a bounty hunter of some repute. He's been around for a long time, and you've heard of this guy. His name is Nex Pavros,
Bloody hell.
and he is definitely one of a pretty big time bounty hunter.
Shit.
But yeah, now he's disarmed.
I'd like to go next.
Okay, yeah, we have another PC slot if that's all that Raven is doing.
Is there a free action to talk?
Yeah, you can speak for free. Is there a jetpack symbol that I can show for you flying?
Oh yeah.
Just put something awesome.
Yeah, put something awesome on there, yeah.
Let's see. Well, Triumph is pretty awesome.
There's a little wing thingy. Okay, there you go.
There you go, perfect. Yeah.
Oh, there is literally a jetpack next to the falling guy.
Oh, is there a jetpack?
Is there?
Nice. Yeah, jetpack would be perfect.
Where is it?
Below the red cross for critically wounded.
Oh.
Yes, jetpack.
Yeah.
She's like hovering up there.
Pull your men off.
While you're
Next.
talking, I would like to sneak and grab that.
Next, from Mando High, class of 97. Yes.
Next?
That's so good.
Wow.
Mando High football rules.
No.
Wow.
You were a jerk back then. You're still a jerk. Please call your men off.
So Raven is shouting towards this guy who looks like he's got a massive blaster wound now on his chest. As Nico, I believe you wanted to take the next PC slot.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I want to see if I can sneak underneath her while she's jetpacking and go and see if I can retrieve the gun.
Sure, I'm going to apply. I'm going to say that there's going to be a setback die on this because it's kind of lodged down in between some of these heavy crates and boxes. And I'm going to call this.
Is there any kind of like backblast from her jetpack he needs to avoid?
You can just walk around.
Yeah. There's probably a little smoke, around as took off into the air.
You just smoke at shadows.
Yeah, exactly. So you rush through. I'm gonna have you make. Is it perception? Is there perception here?
Yes.
I believe there, make a perception check with add a setback to it.
All right.
Wow.
No, that's not right. That's not a thing.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna call this average difficulty. 2 purple with 1 setback.
One setback. All right, this is the real one. I clicked it prematurely.
Yeah, you head up there. You saw exactly where it fell. Like you were simultaneously like running in. You saw exactly where it fell and ran up there. I'm gonna say that it was like right here that you ran to, and you actually pick up his weapon and it's in your grasp. But that will probably take your whole turn to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to use my I can take 2 strain to hide, right?
Yeah, you could suffer 2 strain to hide. Yes, within those boxes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Ooh. Yeah. So basically, you're taking a little bit of cover. I'll add setback to anybody who tries to attack you, as you're hiding behind some of those boxes. They got a good view of you rushing into the room, so they know where you are. It's just be a little bit more difficult for them to shoot you. That brings us, okay, so we got all 4 PCs are in a row, so it's either Yeska or Duran.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeska wants to ignite his lightsabers.
Both of them.
And come into.
All right.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that if having 1 lightsaber gives any attacks against me 1 setback die, does having 2 lightsabers create another setback die to block?
What does it is it that your lightsaber gives you that defensibility, or is it that something of nature to you gives you the defense? I think it's the curved hilt lightsaber that gives you 1. So then the other one wouldn't give you the setback. It would just be if it was like your innate ability.
A lightsaber thing.
No, it's only for your curved hilt one that you customized.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I didn't know. I thought it was a lightsaber thing. Like if you have a lightsaber, hitting you is harder because you can block it.
The curved saber gives him an automatic advantage.
Okay, there's something that he has that gives him defense with lightsaber, but I cannot remember what it is. Can you look on your?
It's one of my Makashi bits.
Okay, yeah. Look. Can you look that up on your character sheet and tell me, because it might change.
Let's see. The only thing I see is that I would add a boost die if I'm engaged with 1 opponent.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's only if you're dueling that you get that benefit, I think.
Okay.
Makashi Duelist. Makashi technique. When making a check using the lightsaber skill, the character may use presence instead of brawn. So where are you getting the defense from then?
Well, I thought that's what we were doing it. Whenever I had been attacked, I have a black setback die for any attacks against me because of my armored coat.
Yes.
And I had another setback because I had my lightsaber on, and I just didn't know if I added one more because I had a second lightsaber or not.
Okay, let's rule it right now as just one, and if things change in the future, we'll retcon, or we'll just from there on I'll make the adjustment to the rules because I can't find it for some reason right now. But yeah,
that's fine. Sorry to.
No, you're good. That's something. No, that's something that we'll need to figure out because that will be important.
Okay. Still 2 lightsabers on.
Yep. Absolutely.
What is this bit here in the middle of the floor?
It's like a large crate. Probably stands probably like 4 foot high.
How tall is this ladder on the other side?
About 12 foot. Oh yeah, you could totally jump on that and run and jump. You totally could.
So like that's what I'm thinking.
Because that's freaking awesome.
Yes. Okay. This is my thing. I'm going to describe it. If it's guano, just tell me. Want to run through. Use my maneuver to leap on top of this crate. And like continue momentum to kind of like dive and try to impale Nax Peros on top of it.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna allow you to do this because it's not bat guano at all. It's fabulous. Okay, but here's what I'm gonna need you to do. It will be your maneuver. I'll say getting onto that first crate will just be part of your maneuver, but leaping all the way up there is going to cost you 2 strain. I'm going to make it to where you have to like do a second maneuver to get up there, and then your attack will come with you spearing him with your dual lightsabers.
Okay. What does that dice pool look like?
You're going to roll your regular lightsaber attack. With 2 purple dice.
Does he have a difficulty because of his armor?
Yes, 1 setback, so 1 black setback. But that's all.
Okay. And I've got an automatic advantage because it's just 1 opponent.
One automatic advantage.
Okay.
Got it.
Boom.
All right. You succeeded.
Well, hold on. It didn't add the setback. I'm sorry. I will roll once more.
Go ahead. Yeah, go roll 1, or just roll 1 black die by itself, and then we'll adjust it accordingly.
Sorry about that. I thought it did.
You're all good.
Settled. I keep forgetting to click off of the box after I add the...
Okay, so basically it's just going to take one of your successes away. So you still succeeded for 7 damage, unsoakable damage.
Nice.
Yeska. when you ran into this room and you saw your friends in peril, and you saw the marks on Raven's armor from being blasted, it got you really angry.
Not the fan.
And you ran up there with this rage in your red eyes.
Oh no.
And that glare of that red lightsaber, the red, yeah, they're red because of who he is. But also, it's funny because as you're jumping through the air, you're holding your curved hilt yellow lightsaber, but you're also holding the red Ravnaran lightsaber. And there's this slow motion view of your face, your blue skinned face, and this side is illuminated yellow. and this side is illuminated red. As you come in and you drive both sabers into his chest, and you looking at him right in his face as he's going, and he just slides off and falls to the ground in front of you.
I warned him.
And I hit the wrong button. He exploded.
He hit some kind of like extra charge pack or something, and I hit one of them.
Yeah, you accidentally hit a frag grenade. Take 30 wounds. But yeah, he falls to the ground. And I need you to take 6 conflict points.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh.
I think I know who did it.
Number
Who's
one,
the person?
he was unarmed.
That's true. And
And
this
number 2
goes in with my morality of anger.
And 2,
Oh,
you are the triggered morality, so it doubled.
Yay.
And Dran, I believe that brings us to you.
Oh, I turn around and go back in the ship. No.
The Phoenix just leaves.
Yeah, that may have been a war crime. I will run in to this corner. I'm gonna strain myself a little bit to aim up at the Rhodian that's on the ledge.
Sure.
Try to offset how it's a little hard to hit him, and I'm gonna fire.
Okay.
So I take 2, but 1.
Let me double check them. They may have some armor. Let me double check to be sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll take an additional setback on these because of the armor they're wearing.
Okay. So they've got armor. Cool. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get in my skills here and pronounce it my combat. I forgot how to play the game, and I have a thing here to click that is. Wait, where did my thing go? Oh my gosh! Wait, it's there. Okay, everything's gonna be maybe not.
Everything will be okay, Dran. Everything will be just fine.
Interesting.
Everything will be
Okay.
okay. Everything will be really good.
Yes, so that's 8,
And
9,
you
10,
get
11,
plus 1
Pierce
too.
1. Are you firing at this first guy, like right on the ledge here?
Yes, the guy that's right on the ledge.
So 11. This guy. Let's see what their
A
soak
12,
is.
because he also has Pierce.
Oh yeah.
Well,
the Pierce.
well,
It's
Pierce
he can only
just
soak
ignore.
one.
Yeah, he can only soak.
Yeah.
There's one. So that takes his soak down to just 2. So that means that he takes 9 points. This one.
Oh.
And he is still up, but reeling back, holding this massive blaster wound in his chest as he stumbles backwards. And I think,
Can I use my advantage on that one to like take a moment and recover 1 strain? Is that a thing?
yeah, but I don't think you have any strain right now, do you?
Do you have any?
I took
rested
2
for a
by whatchamacallit.
Oh,
Took
you
2
took
from
2?
18. Yeah.
Yes, you can. So you can use that
Cool.
advantage to recover 1 of your strain. Perfect.
I catch my breath and tell him I should get a different career. Piracy's not for you. End turn.
As this is happening, the one who did not go yet actually sees Dran running into the room. Is going to make a quick shot because he has a boost added. He's going to take a quick shot down. Well, he's going to use a maneuver to move up to where he can see Dran better. He's going to take a shot down at Dran. So this is going to be a boost for the boost pass to him, a boost for the high ground, a purple difficulty. Any setback on this for armor or anything like that, Dran? Okay.
No.
So here he's going to fire his heavy blaster pistol towards you.
Yeah.
And it's going to strike you.
Okay.
And he's going to activate a critical.
Okay. Okay.
So we're gonna. You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna see if I can do. Hey, on your character sheet.
Yes.
You guys open up your character sheet, and if you see something, is there a critical injuries tab down below your stats?
Yeah.
Click on that tab and see where it says roll critical. Go ahead and click that, and let's see what happens. Oh.
While he's doing that, can you remind me what my strain was for my maneuver?
2. 2 strain.
This is cool. This is really cool.
So it automatically tells you what it does. See? So
yeah.
So Joel, you may
Really
only
cool.
act during last hero initiative slot on next turn. So you have to go last.
Gotcha.
That's basically what that does. And you
Turn
now
goes last usually.
and go ahead and add, make sure you add your critical injury to your critical injury chart there.
It automatically logged it for me when
It
I
did.
clicked the button. It got it in there now, and there's a button to heal it when it finally goes away. So
Thank you, Roll.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
This is
That's awesome. Perfect. Yeah, so you're blasted and you feel it. This jolt surge through you as you slam onto the back of this large garage door area. And that takes us back to the rest of the NPCs. And this, the one that just witnessed Yeska jump up here and drive 2 lightsabers through Yeska, pulls away in panic. And is going to take a quick
I
shot.
should hope so.
Quick shot at Yeska here. So is there any defenses applied here?
I've got 2 black setbacks.
2 blacks. 2 black setbacks with a purple difficulty. Excellent. Is gonna fire heavy blaster. That's gonna succeed. It's gonna hit you for 9 soakable damage.
All right, I'm gonna take away a little bit of that. I've got 3 soak, and I went ahead and got another rank of parry from our XP from our last session. So that's 3 strain to reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. So I've got 3 ranks in parry, so that is 5 more that I can reduce plus or is that wounds? Sorry. Reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in parry. So that's
Yeah, it'd be reducing your. Basically, you're taking strain to reduce the amount of wound damage you would take. Yeah.
all right. So plus 3 of my soak is 8. How many did you say?
9 total. So you need to take 1 wound.
Okay.
As
I'll take one wound.
As you're moving these lightsabers, deflecting most of the shot. Excellent.
I damage my rotator cuff
That's right.
as I deflect it.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
Yes.
Am I allowed to use defensive stance? It says once per round. It doesn't say it has to be on my turn.
Well,
You're flying in the air.
Yeah. I would say you're good at dodging things even in your jetpack. So yeah, I'd allow you to.
Okay, I'll take 2 strain for it.
Okay, suffer 2 strain. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Jetpack ballerina.
That's right, Jetpack Ballerina. Totally. That may be the episode title. Jetpack Ballerina.
Oh no! Not another one. Oh, you guys are just picking on Raven.
I think Lip has come up with the last 2 or 3.
Yeah, no, he's been.
It's
He's
always
like 2 for
Lip.
2, man.
He's been rocking it with these episode
Yes.
titles.
Pretty quick with the repartee.
That's it. So one NPC went. The other NPC is going to continue to fire at Dran.
Okay.
As that NPC slot disappears as one person is dead. So NPC, he gets 2 boosts because he got a boost from his friend.
Oh, it's 1 strain.
So 2 boosts, and I think there's no setback.
That I'm aware of, correct?
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Firing that heavy blaster down at Dran. Oh!
Oh, that will hit pretty hard.
Yeah, hit
Oh,
hard.
mama.
Yeah, sure.
And that could crit.
Yeah, crit.
So 10 damage, soakable.
Okay. Okay, I am 1 more damage and I go down.
Ooh,
I'm at,
Is there a doctor?
You're at your
in the
threshold.
house?
Yeah, unless he doesn't pierce or anything. Right now he does.
He's gonna use his triumph to apply a critical hit.
Okay.
Now this one, I think if you roll it in there, it'll automatically add the plus 10 because you already have 1 critical. So it's gonna be.
It does have a. Okay.
So it should, since you already have it on your character sheet, it should automatically add that plus 10. So I'm hoping that when you click on it, it will do that.
Because otherwise there is a place to punch in an offset. I don't know if I'm expected to do the.
If it doesn't this time, we're not gonna worry about it. But then
Cool,
we'll know for next time.
Previous critical is 1 times 10, and then.
Did it. Oh, knocked prone and suffer 1 strain. So this shot knocks you to the floor, Dran, and you can feel pain all throughout your body as you take this shot.
Okay.
And this one uses its maneuver to run over to the side airlock, and it looks like he's getting ready to press the buttons to open the door to the airlock to the ship that's parked outside. The other NPC runs up through the door using its maneuver, has a boost, so it's going to fire at Yeska that he can see in front of him. So I believe that is 1 boost, 1 purple, and 2 black. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Fires a heavy blaster pistol and hits. So that's 9. 9
wow.
damage.
Michael, these bad guys are sure rolling well. By the way, does the triumph add a success?
It automatically counts as a success, yes.
I'm down.
Oh, Dran is unconscious.
Oh gosh.
So that would mean this is a 10 damage then with that triumph.
I'm gonna do the same bit. I'll suffer 3 more strain. And so I'll take 2 wounds for that.
Okay, perfect. 2 wounds.
As you have to start doing this
And
thing.
you took 2 wounds, so what I would like you to do is I want you to roll a critical, as he's going to cash in his triumph to critical hit you as well.
Okay. That is on the critical injuries.
It is, yes.
Oh gosh. Wait, so if there's 2, what happens?
Oh, word.
May only act during last allied initiative slot.
I'm going to say you guys can fight over it.
I can't act.
Well, yeah, Duran can't act.
He can't
'cause
act
he's
right now, right?
unconscious. Yes, he's unconscious.
Yeah.
Right.
He got blasted out.
Yeah, I got smoke.
I'll take that one
Oh,
for you.
I got 4 shoes of smoke coming out of him.
And that's going to end his turn. That's going to bring us up to either Nico or Raven.
Raven.
Nico, stim him!
Yeah, I was gonna say, but which one do we want to do first, attack or heal?
The ship!
Shit.
I'm gonna say
cover
to
you.
Raven.
I'll cover you. You stim
Thank
him.
you. I'm going straight over to stem. It's the first one. So wait, how does this work again?
I think I automatically just get 5 back, right?
You're
Yeah.
just going to
Get 5
use
back.
you use so basically here's what you needed to do. It's going to be a maneuver to get to him, a maneuver to pull out your stim pack, and you're going to have to suffer 2 strain to jab it into him to do your 3rd maneuver. Oh wait, you can't take 3 maneuvers, can you?
Oh. No, I thought the jamming would be the action.
Oh yeah, it would be. You're right. Yep.
I would
Yeah, we
just
can
have
use
the
that
2
action.
I would.
2 maneuvers. Yeah, so you're going to suffer 2 strain to do this. Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
Dran, 5 wounds restored, and your large Mon Calamari eyes shoot open.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's,
That really hurt.
as Nico remembers,
They really boiled it.
It was a few episodes back. He was in the same situation, and you came to his rescue.
Thanks, Nico.
And that brings
Not
us
out of the fight yet.
That brings us to Raven, who has to go in this spot because of the critical injuries of the other two.
Yep. So I'm going to take aim at the one going for the doors.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking aim is your maneuver, so that will give you a boost.
Yeah.
And you do have to add a setback because of the armor they're wearing.
Yep. And just double checking. Okay. I think that's... Shit.
You can do so much. You can do so much.
Oh, my Lanta.
Unfortunately, the shot misses and hits next to him. You know what you could
Hit the
do?
panel.
You could hit
I can crit.
you can hit the panel of the door, locking them in.
Oh,
They can't get out.
I do that.
Okay, so that's going to take 3 of your advantage. You have 1 advantage left to spend.
I boost whoever needs it.
Okay, next person to go will get a boost. Yeah, so you blast, you miss, but conveniently enough, as he's getting ready to press the open button on the panel, you shatter the panel with your shot. And there's just like sparks and static coming out from where the panel used to be. Well done. That was a good miss.
Oh, that was a really good miss.
It's a good miss, yeah.
That's 4 advantage miss. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's up to Dran and Yeska. You guys both have
So
to go
do you
last.
wanna-
So it's up to you.
Do you want to odds evens?
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
On stream,
Right.
it's gonna be
Yes.
1, 2,
insane.
3, go. Is it 1, 2, 3, go, or is it 1, 2, go?
1, 2, 3, go.
On 3.
Okay.
Yeah. No, no.
Oh,
1,
after.
2,
On 3.
3, go.
That's after 3. Okay.
Yeah, after 3.
After 3.
1,
1,
2,
2,
2.
3.
3,
go.
go.
Dran, you win.
The force is with me, always. All right. I'm going to shoot this guy.
Which guy? The guy that was going
gonna
for the
shoot.
door?
I guess, which one did I shoot before? Was it the front or the back one?
The one closer to you.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I'm going to shoot.
That was the guy that messed you up.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to automatically add my setback die from the... Or, sorry, my, bad purple die from the, whatchamacallit, critical injuries. I don't know if I have to add them or not.
I
We'll
don't
see.
think it adds any to you unless it specifically says in the critical injury
Yeah.
that it does.
Yeah.
One of them says 1 purple, the other one says 2 purples.
Where? Oh no, that's just how hard it is to heal back from them.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, it's the difficulty to remove them from you physically.
Goodness,
Or
thank
medical.
goodness.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take aim and fire.
Okay, you are going to still add a
Oh,
2 setback because 1 for the armor and 1 because they have the high ground still.
yeah. And I think I have to do a maneuver to stand up and a maneuver, so I'm going to take some strain as well.
Yes.
Cool.
You'll take 2
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Did I click it? Oh,
you did.
no.
Unfortunately, you missed. As you
Oh,
hit,
no.
you hit the ceiling as
What
you're
is
aiming
happening?
upward, but you have 2 advantage.
I'll say that I distracted one of them so that Yeska can get a better run on him.
Okay, perfect. Yeska, you have a blue boost on your on your
Okay.
attack. End turn for Dran. That brings us to you, Yeska. As you're just kind of getting over that shot you took to the chest. You've been working so hard deflecting these shots, and it's just taking a lot out of you.
Yeah. All right. I see that the panel has been shot, so they're not going anywhere. And I see this guy who's just come out of the door, closer to the cockpit. So I'm going to use my maneuver to approach him,
Okay.
and I will attack.
Okay. This is going to be 2 purple. And one, there is one setback on here too because of their armor.
Okay. Right, and I have a boost from Dr. Dran,
Boost from
and I
Dran.
have a boost for my Makashi duelist thing.
Yep, you do. Definitely seems distracted by the blaster shot that hit the ceiling just a moment ago.
And it says I have an automatic
advantage.
Advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So here's what happens. That threat that's on there,
So
and
my advantage.
Your advantage cancels that out. So that's what that does.
Okay.
So you succeeded, and you go ahead and describe how you kill this guy.
I take as Yeska, he's coming, past this dead human. He realizes, his anger had gotten the best of him, and so it's almost like a serene sense of calm, comes over him, and he walks past him, his coat flapping in a non-existent breeze, and walks over and maneuvers out of the way of any defense this guy would have, and with both lightsabers slices horizontal to the side, cutting him in 3 pieces.
And all 3 pieces fall to the floor as he is destroyed.
Then I will just turn to the other 2 and say, I think it's time to give up.
And immediately seeing that, they make one quick look back at the door and look at the panel, and it's just like all these wires, and they just look at each other, look back at you, Yeska, see the Jetpack Ballerina flying, like, pointing her carbine rifle right towards them, and they both just drop their guns to the floor.
Smart choice.
And that's going to take us out of an encounter.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, that was gross.
Says the cooked fish in the corner.
Oh. Buddy.
So I'm going to take a moment to clear us
Been
out
boiled
of
in my brain.
And I'm going to put some different
Need a little
music.
butter and garlic.
It's 1 fried catfish.
And
Not sushi anymore.
this is, I didn't mention at the beginning, but this is the start of a new saga with this group. They completed their first saga after episode 5, and we are continuing the episodes as they go along, just like Star Wars does, but with a new saga. They came across a freighter ship. It's been hijacked, and they currently have 2 Rhodian prisoners. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to fix that panel and check out that ship.
Okay. Sure.
I would like the gun, please.
Right. I should give this to you.
Okay.
She got shot. She deserves that gun. You keep
Thought
it
I would
chill.
forget, but no, not this time.
And immediately upon giving Raven this gun, most of you come to the determination of this. This weapon was actually illegal for a long time. It's a disruptor weapon. They made these weapons illegal, but it's, currently the Empire they're a little bit lackluster in what they consider legal weapons and made them legal again because they want to be able to use them for themselves. So this weapon for some time was like, if you had one of these, you could serve some jail time for just having this thing.
How convenient.
Yeah, as a bounty hunter, that's going in my pocket. Thank you.
Statistics-wise, for you, Raven, this is it's basically a disruptor pistol is what it's called. Its base damage is 10.
Okay.
Its critical value is 2.
Crit on 2?
Crit on a 2.
Hang on.
Mm.
Wow.
10.
Basically, if you get hit by this, it disrupts your whole life.
Its encumbrance is 2, so it is a little bit heavy for a pistol.
Yeah.
And
I can still wield it because I'm gadgeteer.
Not a capacity.
Its hard points is 2, so it doesn't have a lot. Yeah, it's kind of low on customization options. It's a short range weapon. It's considered range light is the skill that you use for it, even though it's a little bit heavier.
Okay.
And the quality on it is vicious 4, meaning that if you crit with this weapon, it adds times 40 to that first critical for any critical roll on it.
Crits hurt, trust me.
Which means basically you can flat out outright kill a person on probably their second critical hit, probably with this weapon.
Vaporize.
Yes. Yeah.
And you said it's range light.
Range light, yes. Do you know the rifle that the Mandalorian uses? When he gets and he basically incinerates the Jawas?
That's a disruptor?
That is a disruptor style weapon. Yes, it can basically dissolve flesh if it hits the right spot. Yes.
Okay.
Step aside, there's a new Mando in town.
He also.
So I guess.
He also had.
Jessica wants to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, he had 2 stun grenades on him as well. And I can go over the stats on those later, just so we're not bogging down like story and stream time with it. But yeah, he had 2 stun grenades.
Unclips them and tosses them over to Nico.
Okay. And each one of them, the ones that have fallen, had bolas on them. Basically, like swinging trip things. Yeah, you can throw at people. Okay. So there's 3 of those. Actually, each one of them had one. So if you take the weapons off of the guys that are also in there, and conveniently enough, it's not as cool as the one Raven has, but this next guy had a jetpack. Jeska was really lucky that when he drove his 2 lightsabers through this guy, that they missed the fuel tanks on the back of the.
Yeah, what right above the jetpack and then
right above it, right below. That's right.
Hey, Dr. Dran, ever wondered how you can do a little pirouette in the sky?
Why don't you give it a try first? See if it's safe.
Sort of like a flying fish.
Oh man.
Maybe offensive. I don't know.
You used to call me that back in my hometown.
Jeska says this with just like straight face, and then waits a moment, just a moment too long, and goes, ha ha ha. Like he doesn't he's basically a foreigner. His joke timing is not quite right.
Not quite. He's a little delayed in his responses. Yes.
Jeska wants to take these bolas and use them to tie up the 2 Rodians.
They seem to be.
So
they're not they're not resisting too much because they just saw what you did to the other members of this group.
They are meek as nerfs, as I heard someone say once.
And they're not really saying anything. They're keeping very silent. They as you're watching them, they'll cast like a quick glance at one another, but then just kind of remain silent.
You 2 sit over there, no talking.
They don't say a word.
Take out my little cyber wrench. I'm gonna try and see if I can buzz through this shot blast of the panel.
Okay, I'm gonna have you make a mechanics check on this. It's going to be really difficult because Raven did a number on the controls. So I'm going to call this will be your first daunting, or is it formidable? It's going to be 4 purple dice.
Oh!
Can I give him a boost if I help?
You sure can.
You probably should.
Kind of on the back.
This.
You go.
Actually, I don't know. I may, Dr. Dren, I may need you to hold this flashlight. This is gonna be a hard one.
I'm actually though. I want to do some emergency medical attention on some of these.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got.
Go ahead and just
like
make
triage.
Make a we'll call this a simple medical check. So you won't add any purple dice to this check.
Oh wow!
Are they alive or dead?
I'm gonna call this a simple medical check as you come across this guy laying in this person. This person. There's no bringing them back.
Okay, they're straight up dead.
They are dead. They got blasted in
the
the face. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, now that you're done poking at the body, can you give me a hand here?
Let's see if there are other survivors. There could be people.
There's more bodies.
We gotta at least see what type of ship they have. Pretty sure they may have more equipment or.
Look,
nice,
Nico, we are here. We are here to answer the trash call. We're not here just to take ship. We'll take ship, but we're also here to see if these people need help.
Fine. At least check and see what's going on with the com.
So Yaska is also going to check out some of these bodies.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like the dead bodies in this room. They're definitely all dead here in this room. It looks like they were firing back. So it definitely looks like there was a struggle here. But these individuals in here look like they were just traders. They weren't fighters. And they just got overtaken. So that's what you can see here with these people in this room. Most of the storage in here, it's kind of a wreck. It looks like people have been going through things. Most of it's dry goods, things like food from different areas. There are some medical supplies, loose medical supplies, like lying around. So basically, anybody who needed to restock their med packs and stuff, you can use that material to restock your med pack here. Or if anybody doesn't have a med pack, there are a few med packs along this cargo if you would like to take it. The Rhodians just continue to sit there tied up, not saying a word, as Nico is looking at this mangled control panel to the airlock.
I would probably let go of it, and I think I would want to go up to the cockpit to see if there's.
Maybe you should go to this cockpit. I'll stay with the prisoners. You three check for who sent the distress call. I want to deal with these ones.
I want to see if there's any history of other. See if there's any history of other people that were contacted with distress, as well as check the astrogation on this ship to see where it was headed.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. You go in and you let's see. Does it give me information on where the ship was headed? It tells me where it was coming from. It does not tell me.
I'll get that information too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely coming from that planet, Cato Nemoidia. You don't, for some reason, there is no information on where it was going, but if I find it, I will let you know later.
Seems like the navigation system is busted here.
It seems
must have been one of those Raven shots.
It seems like there are some situations happening about this
I
computer
didn't hear
system.
that. I'm with the prisoners.
As people are starting to enter the cockpit area, Raven, you immediately feel and hear like a quick, and you just turn your head towards the cockpit. this strange, like, force rumble almost. It came from the cockpit area. The rest of you did not hear or feel it, but Raven did. The rest of you, as you walk in, there's a horrific scene in the cockpit. It almost looks like these individuals were killed defenselessly, almost executioner style.
With like a disruptor?
Yeah, the one guy is actually missing a head.
Did you guys feel that over comlink?
Feel what?
Bad.
There was a rumble.
Looks like there was definitely a rumble in here.
Yeah.
Has it disappeared?
It kind of like it faded in and then faded out. It was like almost like a passing.
Like a sense she's
like
getting?
Like a sense. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
This guy over here is kind of. It looks like he got basically. Somebody walked up right to the back of his head and pulled the trigger, and he's just hunched over like this. Computer controls on the cockpit there. One of them, you flip over a body, and it is a female individual who, Dren, you immediately recognize as the person who sent the distress signal.
We were too late.
You should probably figure out a way to honor these people. Do they have any sort of badge or insignia?
Not really that you would recognize. What you can gather when you were looking in your computer system is these guys are just a group of traders that travel to different areas and try to just trade goods.
Not like a part of some sort of guild or anything like that.
They're just freelance.
Kind of freelance, yeah.
Why all the trouble for this? I mean, there's nothing on the ship, and they're just going there to kill people?
I'm
You'd think
going
there'd be a bunch of...
to
Well,
kick one
perhaps
of the
that is
ones
something
on the
we missed.
floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick one of the guys on the floor and get his attention.
He just kind of
What was
looks
Nex doing here?
I don't know. It's just a job.
What job? Seems a bit lackluster for his caliber.
What do you mean lackluster? I mean, take anything for a credit or two. This was easy. Easy credits.
For what, medical supplies?
No. It was a slaughtering mission.
Why? They're just traders.
They were working for the Rebel Alliance. But now they're not.
You're catching this.
Yeah.
What?
Who
Most of it.
called the order? Who called the bounty?
I have no idea. Nex never told us. Just hired us along. Take care of some rebels.
No, some just took care of you, didn't we?
Would have been fine had you not shown up.
Pity. I'm gonna check Nex's body one more time and see if I can find potential like bounty keys.
Okay.
Mandalorian coming into
yeah,
clutch.
the pucks is
I watched this season and this season only. I know this much about Star Wars, guys.
Unfortunately, as you're going through, there's nothing that would indicate that they have anything like that. Nex does not have anything like that on him. You know that they don't, especially.
Yeah, he probably already destroyed it.
Yeah, he either destroyed it. Sometimes there's some things that are off the grid. This could be one of those situations.
Hey, Raven.
Yeah.
Your bounty people keep contact in some sort of way?
try to find something. Why?
To try and see if I can get on the ship and interfere with the comm link if you have a reason to believe that he would have to message something back.
He's been around for a while. He's probably covered his tracks, but it wouldn't hurt to look inside the chip.
Right.
They might have found something to put him on there already. I don't know.
Let's move, folks.
Okay.
So back to this yacht blasted to the control panel.
When you were at the computers, though, Nico, you think you could actually activate the airlock from the cockpit.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do that.
You could bypass the whole panel itself.
Yes. Look at that. Found a workaround from Raven's network.
So the problem is the computer that you would have to do this from is currently there's a body hunched over it and laying on top of the computer.
I can help gently move the body in.
I was just gonna tap him on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, sir."
It's a bit late.
I mean, if you don't mind, I need to.
Wow.
Excuse me, sir. I need access to that keyboard sir.
Excuse me, Uncle Bernie. Excuse me.
Oh boy,
So,
this is
comfortable. Duran helps you move this body off to the side. As you do that and you start towards the computer, that's when you all feel it. The same thing that Raven felt earlier. Raven, you feel it with a much more intense feeling that kind of rumbles in your chest.
You definitely felt that one, right?
Oh, yep, a rumble and a jungle.
What was that?
Can I distinguish a direction it's coming from?
Yeah, you can tell it's coming from the cockpit.
Can we distinguish if it's coming from like in front of us, or is it like just in this room in general?
It is coming from right in front of you as your hands get ready to type on the keyboard of this computer system.
Try carefully, Nico.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. So
Raven's nervous.
I want to try something because I had some points. Gonna do something completely new, you guys.
Excellent.
Oh no.
So
Excellent.
last session, I did some studying before we left on the ship. The mentor take a new force power.
Oh.
All right.
I'm going to try for the first time to manipulate. The force user shapes the machine components on a molecular level, allowing him to mend damaged mechanical systems. The force user can spend the light or dark destiny point to cause the vehicle or starship he engaged with to recover one system of strain. The user may activate this multiple times as needed.
So it sounds like to me what this will do is this does kind of like it releases damage from damaged systems. What are you trying to utilize it for in this instance?
I just want to see if there's any sort of harm done on the system. I don't want to like the situation when you see a live plug, you want to kind of fix the plug before you touch it. So you just want to ease it up and then start doing what you need to do.
Of course. Yeah, go ahead and roll your force die to see how many what your force is being drawn from.
See?
Ooh. Ooh. That's a tasty roll right there.
Roll 20 does not like us today. It is.
It really does.
Not for the force.
So I can use this to heal 2 strain.
2 strain from the ship, yes, and you will suffer 2 strain and 2 conflict points as you do this. But as you tap into your force energies and hold your hand out towards the computer system, you can feel somehow you are releasing any stress that would be under this computer. But it's still, and as you're using your force power, it's almost as like you feel the same intensity from the movement of the force now as Raven does. It seems like you using the force on this computer area has increased the intensity of what you feel. Dran and Yeska can still feel that light presence of it. They don't feel the intensity. But Raven, it's growing in you, in your heart.
Nico, what are you doing?
I just was decreasing the spark plugs so that I don't do a little shocky shock.
Well, it feels like the shock is building. I don't know. What you're
I feel it too, Raven. Don't backseat drive right now.
Damn it! He called me out. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a conflict point because that is exactly what's happening here. She is trying to backseat drop pilot, and she hates not being able to have her things her way, and he's not listening.
I'm gonna make it 2 conflict points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. Thanks, Lip. You're constantly giving me conflict points.
It is all me that's doing it.
Yeska just sees this going back and forth and just goes.
Forever our dynamic, Lip. Why?
Yes, this is always going to be us. I'm going to officially now try and see if I can patch into the other ship. The door.
Okay, I'm going to make this a computers check for you.
Okay.
I am going to make it average difficulty 2 purple die.
Which I love.
To unlock the airlock from the other ship.
Okay. Oh, what the hell happened with my computers? Jesus. Okay. Let's see. It's not worth it. Is it worth it? It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it.
Not gonna do what?
Here you go.
Is it worth it? Let you work it? Gonna slide down, flip it, and reverse it.
That's it.
No, there's too many stacked against this. I'm just gonna use
MG. You broke MG.
MG is broken.
That's not easy to do.
when you get on MG, you've succeeded. You have succeeded.
You won. You won. Right, so here's
you roll with advantage. Nice. Yes. You succeed in releasing the airlock, and if you like to use that to recover a point of strain, that advantage, you may do that as well as you're typing on the computer. Another thing that you notice is the screen that you're looking at kind of sticks out from the base of this cockpit. And there are 2 what seem to be like clips that used to be on the right side of the screen are no longer there. And 2 remain on the left side. As a mechanic or somebody who works on ships, you've never seen that before. Usually, like, this thing is on here securely, but for some reason it doesn't seem to be as secure.
Oh, this seems like some weird patchwork on the ship.
And Dran and the rest of you who are in the other room, the airlock opens. And there's a small tunnel that leads into the other docked ship.
I peek down the tunnel just to see
Yeska wants...
Yeah, it's only like a 5-foot tunnel. There's nothing. It just agrees. Yeah, there's nothing there.
All right. Yeska is going to put his lightsabers back on his belt and unholster his blaster pistol and go check out the other ship.
Okay. Anybody else going with him?
I'm gonna stim.
Okay.
And Doctor, do you mind keeping an eye on these 2? I'll go in.
Be my pleasure.
Both stick here. I'll keep an eye on this machines if you all don't mind.
That's fine.
Can you
Be
do
careful.
me a favor?
We're all sensing something. Ooh.
I would like for Raven and Yeska, you guys can make perception checks. The difficulty is going to be 1 purple. Nico, I would like you to make a mechanics check. This is going to be 2 purple dice.
Mechanics.
Oh.
3 hits.
Nice. Raven, you don't really see anything as you go in through the tunnel.
I am behind him, so.
You are behind, yes. So he's kind of like blocking most of the view. There's not really a lot of room here. It's not like the ships
the
that
big
you've been
blue
riding.
meanie is blocking.
That's it.
Gladiaskabuti.
You also, but you did have 2 advantage. So if you'd like to recover 2 strain, you can.
Oh
recover
yeah, I'll do that.
2 strain.
I
with
only
that
took
roll.
1 strain actually. I found out that I can only take 1 strain and do 1 black die against you until I can double up my defense.
Oh, okay.
It's only 1 per level
1 per level
of defense.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I rolled 1 strain.
Nico, you discover that the reason that 2 of these clips are missing is because you have a feeling that you start to mess around with it. You could pop the other 2 clips off the other side, and it seems to be like this monitor screen comes off.
Oh.
Could I boost Yeska with or whoever makes the next roll
Sure.
with my? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you could do
I'll
that.
take the monitor off.
Okay. You
What
pop the
I'm
monitor
doing.
off, and there is a secret compartment
Mm-hmm.
inside the ship's cockpit.
Smart boy.
Hey,
you know this because smugglers do this an awful lot.
Yep.
This is turning into like an episode of Star Wars Narcos.
Damn it. We're the anti.
Not Narcos. It's Nikos.
Nikos. Star Wars Nikos.
She's dying over there.
There is inside the secret compartment. It's hard to see at first because it's dark, but there is some type of cube. It seems to glimmer with a little bit of blue energy.
Guys, I think I found the Tesseract.
Another one?
Wait, no, sorry.
Don't-
Different Star Story.
Don't touch it.
But, what do y'all think it does?
Does it look like?
You know what? That's probably what.
Blue, shiny, and cubicle.
It looks
Like a holocron?
like a holocron.
I was just gonna say,
Oh.
yeah, it's probably a holocron, and that's probably why Nex was here. It was probably more than just a slaughterhouse.
All right.
There's a reason why he would have killed them.
Yeah, he didn't want anyone to know who had it.
Why would a bunch of traders have a holocron?
I'm not sure why. The traders were working for the rebellion. They were probably transporting it under the guise of the
smuggling
trading
it.
system. Yeah. And the bounty hunters,
Oh,
being bounty
boy.
hunters, are gonna want it. Probably for the highest bidder.
We definitely got to get this back to the temple.
Yeah.
Possibly even to the rebels. This could have valuable information.
Right
on
on.
you.
Let's do this, and I just grab it to take it.
You take it no problem. Actually, it glows a little bit more blue in your hands. It doesn't shock you, do any damage to you. It just has like a more of a illumination to it as you grab it and take hold. Back to Yeska's perception roll. As you guys are looking through this other ship, it is in really good condition. There's nothing really hidden in it. as you're looking around. There are enough supplies for probably a few weeks. There are only 4 seats in this vehicle. It's very small. It is not like what you guys are used to having. Like, it's kind of like you guys are riding around in a motorhome, basically. And this is kind of like a car, you know?
Yeah.
You can't just get up and walk around. This one's like you get in your seat, you buckle in, and you stay there until you arrive at your destination. That's kind of like what it's.
We now have a motorhome, a motorcycle, and a vehicle. A regular vehicle.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Yep.
Basically. Okay.
And you're looking through that, and
Yeska is looking around, and he likes what he sees.
Yeska, with your
this
two,
is sleek. This is
and with your 2 successes, you would know this ship is also customized a bit.
Oh,
There are modifications done to this ship to make it faster than a typical one of this brand.
Don't tell that to Miko.
He's keeping that to himself for now because he's calling them mental dibs.
The boys are going to be fighting over this. I can just feel it.
He's just kind of like mumbling to himself. We'll see who is captain now.
At that, Raven kind of smirks.
Yeah, it seems that
So
Nex
he's starting
took...
to kind of look over the systems. Are there any kind of like booby traps? Is there like some kind of like key codes to ignition or something?
Make a let's call this a computers check. We'll call it a average difficulty 2 purple.
2 purple.
And you get a boost because Raven passed a boost on
Oh,
for the next roll.
thank
Technically,
you.
I could fly this thing too. I've got piloting.
One of us are probably going to have to fly it. Unless you want us to link it onto us
I
and
think
drag
one
through
of us
space.
will fly it. Computers.
I mean, my agility went up to
Oh,
5.
sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Ignore that.
You're looking through. You're not sure. You're kind of trying to log in. It does seem like there is some kind of password lock on the computer systems that probably only Nex knew. It could be hacked, of course, but it may.
Raven, help me start my new ship.
That checks out. That's an honest way of asking. I will see what I can do since I do have piloting space.
Okay.
Thanks
so
very much.
Basically, this is going to be you're trying to hack Nex's computer system on this ship. So this is going to be a computers check. Same difficulty. Same difficulty. I will allow
I'm not
if Yeska wants to pass those 2 advantage to you to give you a boost. I will allow that.
He does.
All right.
Okay. And you said it's 2 difficulty?
2 purple. Yep.
2 purple.
Can I use one of those to like heal a strain and still
Sure.
pass on a boost to her?
Yes, you can.
You know what? Can I use a light side to upgrade my thing?
Do it.
Sure. Yeah. Upgrade your ability.
I didn't. I don't know. What
Oh, you gave it to them.
You did it. Yeah, it worked.
Oh, do I have to roll it though, right?
Yeah, you still have to roll. Yeah, put the
Okay.
upgrade on the side with the green and the yellow dice. So then it'll upgrade your ability.
Okay. Oh, do I have to roll the dice or no? Or roll the dice?
Force die,
The
Yeah,
force die?
No, you don't have to roll
Unless
force die.
you're specifically using the force.
Oh, okay.
This is kind of
Gotcha.
like the force
Just
is
to
just
upgrade.
Yeah, the
Okay.
force is just upgrading.
The force is strong with you.
The force is
2
strong.
2 difficulty, yeah.
Yeah, 2
2 purple.
2 purple.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
Oh, you guys.
Sorry.
You're sitting there, you're trying every password that you would think that Nex would put on this thing, and each and every time this computer screen is just blinking red, and the engines will not fire.
Damn it.
You just don't have access.
Try typing in
Yes.
his name. It seems like the type that his password would be name. So type in next great or whatever.
Do I get a sense that they're trying to do something with the ship? Do I get any access of them trying to detach?
Well, you're probably walking into the other room now. Dran is sitting there holding.
No, we're not trying to
blaster.
detach. We're just trying to see if we can turn it on.
We're just trying to turn it on.
They're just trying to get access to the controls.
To the control, see, because I would like to do what you want to do is check where they're from and where they were going in their directory, but we can't even turn it on to find out.
So
I feel
back,
like I think Raven would be like, Nico, we need to get the schematics on this thing.
So Dran, are you still with the prisoners inside with your blaster? You're kind of looking around too, and you're looking around at all these boxes and stuff, and you notice something downstairs. It was hard to notice in the midst of all the battle, but there is another vehicle down below. There's another vehicle. The best I'm gonna describe it the best I can. Do you guys know obviously you know what a forklift is, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a land speeder hover forklift. In the bottom here, you can tell that they use it to load and unload all these crates. Sometimes, most crates nowadays hover a couple inches off the ground, they have systems on the crates that make them easier to push. But some of them don't, so they use these hover forklifts and stuff too. There is another. I don't have stats for it yet, but there will be stats in it, and you guys can own a hover forklift.
Literally gonna come back with a troop of vehicles.
I was just gonna say, Raven wants to take this silver one that we're in and take it back with us.
Oh, the big freighter?
Oh, the silver spot.
Yeah, I mean it's taking heavy damage. It would take a long time to repair. But you could take it to a shipyard that would repair it and just pay them a lot of credits.
Or just sell it for scrap.
Can we tow it?
Sell it. Can you tow it?
Yeah. No, can we tow it?
Yeah. I mean, you probably
can we hook up some cables
it would be
something, and we'll tow this sucker.
Well, if you guys,
There's a lot in here.
It'd be a nightmare.
The gap that's in the middle of the YT, you know how it has those two almost prongs on the front, and there's this section that's carved out in the middle. Well, if you look up pictures of what this freighter was used for, you can actually clip that part and attach these large canisters to the front and push them through space, which is what that front was for. So you could latch in
like a tugboat,
kind of like a tugboat. Yeah, it would push it from behind all these storage containers. So technically, if you could find a way to push it, you could push it using your YT freighter.
You're gonna destroy your darn ship.
As my wife amounted to. You need to. We can latch and go. Probably be a little bit more easy on our hyperdrive.
Let's try unlocking this one first. This one seems more important, and I will boost him and show him what I've already done to give him a boost.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
We've already tried these passwords. There's so many buttons and switches on my ship.
This is computers. I thought this was mechanics.
Yeah,
would I be able to reasonably use my mechanics? See if I can unhook this and see if I can.
Yeah, you could try to bypass the whole software.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could bypass the software. Yeah, try it with mechanics if you'd like. Yeah, it's gonna be. Okay. This is gonna be.
That I'm better at. I have mechanics. I don't have computers.
I'll say 2 purple difficulty on this as well.
Okay.
Do it.
And then the help as well. Cool. And
oh yeah.
That's all we needed.
You got in, and you basically bypass the whole password in general and get yourself logged in. You now have control of this vessel.
Michael?
Nice.
Yeah.
Is everybody else on the other ship right now?
I think it's just you and the 2 Rhodians.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I wanna lean into one of them.
Okay. You lean into one. Unless you get closer to one of them, one's a female Rhodian.
Send the Empire my regards.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You gonna blast her?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't get to defend or resist. You guys just hear a blaster shot.
Bloody.
And then the other one.
And then the other one.
I'm running
You guys
at
hear
the
a
first
second
shot.
blaster.
Would she catch me in time, or?
I don't know, but I'm going at the first shot.
You're probably coming in right as he just finished his second shot. And both Rhodians are laying there, and I need you to suffer 20 conflict. Because you just murdered in cold blood.
What did you expect?
2 unarmed.
They tried to escape.
Oh my god.
Yeska is going to react as well. He's going to come out ready to defend his friend and also see them lying dead on the floor. Does he hear him say they tried to escape?
Yeah, he shouts they tried to escape, but they clearly have their bindings still on. And there's just it looks like what was his name? The Rhodian who Han shot. Greedo. They both look like Greedo laying there going sizzling.
Dran shot first, I guess.
That's right.
Can I like perception this at all? They're obviously tied up.
Yeah, they're obviously tied up. They're laying there basically face down near right at the same location from where you guys had walked out.
Doctor, where's your honor?
I'm telling you, they looked like they were trying to get out of their bindings.
You don't shoot them.
I tied those
I had
bindings. It
questions.
should be no problem.
I guess it was just in the heat of the moment.
Doctor.
I want to roll like a perception to see if I can tell if he's giving me the business.
Okay. What is there? There is deception, right?
There's
Okay,
would we like a contested roll? That'd be fun.
Well, what is your deception, Dran? Do you have a skill in that, or?
No, I'm not skilled in deception.
Okay, what is it based off of? Is it based off of your
cunning?
Cunning. What is your cunning score?
Cunning.
1.
So the difficulty on your perception is 1 purple die. Because it's contested against his. The difficulty is his ability to be able to lie.
Okay. And boom goes the dynamite.
Wow.
Like my blaster is not pointed at Dran, because that's poor muzzle control. One. That's
Four rules.
Safety. For all of you in the world, we control our muzzles, but it's definitely not put away neither.
Is it perception, or could I do streetwise for like judging intentions here?
Sure.
I'm gonna use one of those advantage to heal another strain and send another boost to her. If that's okay.
Yeah, you get a boost.
I feel like he just got hit really hard on the head when he went down. I don't know. Doctor, what's with you?
Groggy.
Something flicked the dark side.
And it's 1 purple?
Yeah, the one that he blasted first was the one that ripped him apart earlier.
Yeah. Is it 1 purple or 2 purple?
1 purple. Yeah, something's not. Yeah, these guys don't look like they were doing anything to escape.
Doctor, what's gotten into you?
You heard what they said.
No. What? Did they say something recently?
Yeah, I heard them bragging from the other room about they came here to kill rebels and they were all excited about it. Well, ended poorly for them.
Dr. Dren, you...
Yes. However,
No.
I don't think that executing them was, one, our responsibility or to our right.
Morally, I'm sure you're, but we're in a war right now.
What's this really about?
You...
You kill innocent prisoners in war?
That's a war crime.
Well, yeah, don't report me.
To who?
See? Problem solved! Let's get these ships cleaned up, huh? What do you say?
Oh, hold on. I do not think that what you have done is a good thing. Because we cannot be like the enemies. If the enemies kill without reason, that's bad. If we kill without reason, equal bad. You cannot answer bad with bad.
They've let you... you let them goad you into a reaction. You lower yourself to their level. Where's your discipline? Where's your honor? I don't. I just walk away. Oh, I'm angry.
And what's this really about?
And I walk back to the ship as well, turning so my coat swirls. And
he does the
like
quick
a crisp military.
I went back into the pirate ship. That's
Okay.
where I'm at right now.
I'm going
The
to.
doctor has lost his mind.
I'm going to give you guys control.
He shot the prisoners.
Of the Pathfinder Scout ship. You guys are all going to see it in your journals, and you'll be able to have control of it and edit it. It should pop up under vehicles and starships. Now that you guys have control of that ship, you can see
Pathfinder? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be a Pathfinder Scout ship down there in under vehicles and starships in your... It's under the first vehicles and starships tab.
Sorry, I'm back. I was just so mad.
Stormed out of Discord.
Oh, I see it.
It's not as satisfying as the old phones. I have to is there any in the computer now that it's been cracked? One, can we fix it so it's easy? Like we know how to get into it now. Without that,
I would
and
say
two,
Nico set it up. Nico set it up to where you guys bypassed it for good. Yeah.
Thanks. Password is 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's right. That's your new password.
Actually, I set the password to Nico is the greatest pilot. All caps.
Can we set maybe a secondary password of
you and Raven can hop on this. I'll take Dren on the YT.
Good, because right now I think I need a little bit of time to cool off.
Stone rage and drive. I want you all exploding for no apparent reason.
I don't rage.
That's fine. I do, but we can control.
I'm gonna slowly go back to the Phoenix.
At this moment,
you
while you're all standing together in this movement of the Force and this conflict that seems to be overwhelming the group right now, all of a sudden you'll feel like a swirl, and now it's not just a feeling; it literally shakes the freighter that you're on. And some of the crates fall over, spilling some of their contents. And Nico, you can feel this rumble more so now than ever. It's coming from the holocron.
Oh, you guys. Okay. So I'll just focus for a moment. Chill out. There's a lot of tense juju around us. It's gonna fly back to the temple. Ease this out.
Why safe?
Two.
Both of you.
All right, I'm going to go back to the Phoenix, and
I-
this time I'm making sure Dr. Dran is buckled in super tight.
I disengage the airlock on Oz.
Child locks, please.
Okay. Nico, as you begin to walk away from the group, you feel. Where do you have the holocron? Is it in your hand? Is it on your person?
He has a little he's one of those guys that has a little cross bag.
Yes, the cross
He
bag.
put it
Yeah,
in his little-
that's awesome. Yeah. That's it. That cross bag begins to move, and it begins to start
off
to
of me.
like it begins to start to float beside you.
Oh no.
And there's a blue
catch it.
glow coming out from the folds. I'm sorry.
jeez.
I'm not sure
Just
what that
gotta-
noise is coming from behind me. I'm like, that's not the holocron. I mean, did we bust out
Damn it.
Hungry Hungry Hippos? Is that what that is? Like,
That's actually the noise that my satchel makes when it opens.
but yeah,
but I open it up. I take it out. Look at it.
it's a bright blue glow as you're holding onto it, and you're seeing the corners of this cube are starting to turn slightly as you take it in your grasp, and they're
I'm gonna try
slowly spinning.
Are we
I get-
kind of still in the same room, or has he gone to the Phoenix?
No, you guys are all still in the same room.
I'm
You guys
trying
are
to-
all witnessing this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's starting to activate.
Okay, I'm gonna put it down on the ground and wait for a person to pop out.
You try to put it on the ground, and immediately when you let it go, it begins to float. About head height to all of you. And you watch as the corners of the holocron begin to disengage and open up. And then it cascades, it flies up a little bit higher above, and it cascades this luminescent blue light down below it. And standing in front of you is a blue holographic image. It appears to be somewhat of a, probably an individual late 20s, early 30s. Dark-haired human man in the robes of a Jedi Knight. The hologram nods to you and smiles slightly but sincerely. Greetings, students. I am Suljo Ward. Well, his memory, at least. I am the gatekeeper of this holocron, which Suljo Ward created to store his knowledge of the Force and the ways of the Jedi.
Hi.
Hello.
You kind of showed up at a interesting time.
Dran is looking conflicted and not making eye contact with the hologram, kind of like.
Oh, buddy.
I apologize. I did not mean to cause any distress or unrest. If I indeed was the cause, I apologize.
No. We just go on. You have messages for us.
You have a monologue. Let's not interrupt you.
Oh, well,
Keep talking
I mean,
about our own problems.
monologue. I don't know much about this monologue business, but I mean,
Sounds like common word. I check my translator.
no, yeah. My database is yes. I monologue. Yes, there it is. Well, well, I must apologize. I don't have anything prepared, if that is what you are insinuating. Yeah.
Are you
I feel
familiar with the Jedi Temple?
the Jedi Order, the main Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Yes, yes, of course.
What
Is that
about the Dawn Temple? What do you know of that place?
The Dawn Temple. Hmm. Oh, yes, I've heard of the Dawn Temple. On the outskirts, it was a place for young Jedi to go to escape from the potential of falling to the dark side. Yes, yeah, I've heard of. I've never visited there, but I've heard of it. Yes.
And you are fully conscious and aware of the executions of Force-sensitive individuals.
Executions.
Yes, we're being hunted.
They have a bit of
These
news.
holocrons collecting for the archive.
You are being hunted?
Okay, look
at the.
we have a little bit of bad
We
news.
take you back to our home base, and we'll discuss this.
Good news, bad
further.
news situation.
Good news, bad news.
Got a lot to tell you.
I'll be honest. I'm more of a bad news first individual. You can go ahead and just lay it on me.
All right, let's rip this stim pack off. The Jedi, poof, gone, no more. Sorry.
Where did they go?
Apparently,
Many of them died.
Yes.
They're dead? All of them?
Yes.
Not all.
As many as we
From
know.
what we can tell,
Well, perhaps Soldier Ward. He was a Jedi Knight that fought during the Clone Wars. He may still be alive. Although it's been some time since I was created. I mean, the Clone Wars must surely have ended by now, correct?
In fact, it ended in a way that was not favorable, to say the least. Clones have taken over, and the Empire is on the rise.
Empire? I have no knowledge of this. Empire?
from what I understand, your Chancellor, he had set of contingency rules. And one of those rules is if the Jedi become a threat to the Republic, then the army would turn on them.
But we stood for peace. We stood for equality. We stood for the safety, we protected the galaxy.
Some did. Mr. Knight, I definitely believe that there is still hope that any of those beliefs are still out there. Nevertheless, there were a number of people who had different ideas in mind, ones that used the darkness of the Force to kind of push their own narrative, and I look at Dr. Dre. Nevertheless,
so
the
Chancellor
good news is that we
said himself as the Emperor and replaced the Republic. That's bad news. Nico, tell him good news.
there are a number of us, rebel forces, that are seeking to restore the Jedi Order. You're finding holocrons like yourself, bringing it back to the archives to hopefully create a new academy that can restore what was lost.
Well, I am sad to hear of what has happened. And I must give you some bad news myself. Currently, this holocron is incomplete. You see, my creator, Soldier Ward, incorporated a safety mechanism upon the knowledge contained within this holocron. There are 3 kyber crystals that can be inserted into this holocron to basically allow you to engage more of the knowledge contained within. I am limited in what I can offer you now, but with the obtainment of these other crystals, you could perhaps unlock all of the knowledge that is contained within.
Is it just
So
specific crystal or any crystal? Because we have a whole heap of crystals.
It's
Back where we come from.
very, very specific crystals.
Just asking.
You see, Soldier
You're
Ward...
in luck, hologram soldier boy. It's okay. We are kind of in the business.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
We're kind of in business to find these kind of things. Don't worry.
You don't know how bad I'm fighting the temptation to go, now watch me, you crank that soldier boy, you. It was hard. It was really hard, and I did it anyway. I'm sorry.
I thought of it the
I'm
second
sorry. I had to do it. You did it, and I couldn't help myself. I apologize. It's
win, an absolute
No,
win.
I apologize on behalf of everybody. Dear internet, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we apologize for our breaking out into dance moves in every episode. As he looks at you, you can tell like this knowledge was not part of his programming.
Does not compute.
It does not compute, but you can tell like these holographic images, there's sentience to them, as in like they can feel, like he feels the pain of this news being brought to his attention. And then he looks at you all and says, Soldier Ward was known for many accomplishments and feats, both before and during the Clone Wars. His greatest contribution to the Jedi Order, however, was his refinement of the ability to predict the future.
We know one of those.
And Raven, immediately when he says that, you were wondering why the pressure of the Force energy coming from this holocron was more towards you.
Yeah, it clicks. Yeah.
It clicks more towards you because you share a little bit of that same ability. He says, although many Jedi are capable of foreseeing future events, Ward's ability was different. Rather than focusing on visions of events yet to come, Ward perceived the future decisions, actions, and intentions of other sentients. Not only could Ward see beyond lies and deceptions, he could predict another's decisions long before that person ever contemplated the matter. The secrets of this technique, as well as the most sensitive knowledge Ward possessed, are not contained in this holocron, but in the set of 3 kyber crystals he created alongside it. This holocron is the only means by which to read those crystals. Suzhou Ward completed the construction of this holocron while on the planet Arbuine. He entrusted one of the crystals to a young Force-sensitive Mirielon. You guys know Mirielon is what Tizo was, the green-skinned individuals, named Gel Markov. He saw great potential in Markov, whom he hoped would become his Padawan. Ward kept the other crystals with him, and where they are now, I cannot say. If you hope to learn this technique behind the predictive abilities and unlock the full potential of this holocron, you must travel to Arbuine and retrace Master Ward's steps. And I'm going to share with you guys, the holocron has a new force power on it. Right now, you guys are limited in what you can learn of it. But this, as I'm moving over, is Ward's foresight.
Interesting.
I'm taking this shit.
Yeah.
So basically the difference between this and 4C is 4C focuses more on you,
Me, yeah.
what happens to you.
Yeah.
Ward's focuses on other people. So if you've
Would
ever
help
seen
10 minutes ago.
yeah, it would help 10 minutes ago. That's right.
Wow.
Ward's foresight is kind of like if you ever seen the movie Minority Report.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
So there's good things about this force power,
Mm-hmm.
and there's negative because how can you convict somebody of doing something that they
They
haven't
haven't done.
even contemplated yet?
Yeah.
But
Mm.
the force traces, and that's where this power becomes controversial.
All right.
You got to catch them right before.
That's perfect timing, right?
If only we had this like 10 minutes ago. Looking at you, Doc.
And about this power
came up
tree,
very-
basically what he's describing is if you find the other kyber crystals, it will unlock the rest. Each one will
Yeah.
unlock pieces of this power until it gets to its full tree.
Okay.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you have your personal teacher, Raven. How's
I'm
about you hold
gonna-
on to it until we get
I was just gonna reach out and grab it actually before you even said it. Read mine.
So it
Foresight.
seems, and as you reach out to grab it, it seems like the image of Soldier Ward disappears back up inside of it, and it closes itself back up into the cube, and it rests solely now in Raven's hands. And she's holding on to this holocron.
to Arborween or to the archives?
Arborween sounds like a logical next step.
Just have
Agreed.
seems to be something that other people are looking for. So, Raven, you may want to put that someplace where nobody can find it. If it was up to me, I suggest you put it in
My bra.
Dr. Dran's place of peace.
My bra. Sorry, that's where all things go that girls need to hide.
This is like
in the bra.
it's like 15 centimeters. So
Hey,
it's-
man.
The bra.
It's possible.
How's that? Is-
And don't question a woman's logic on where she can hide it in her bra.
I take it back. I take it back.
Don't do it. Whole
I see
bottle
nothing. I
of
hear
alcohol.
nothing. I
I
smell
can
nothing.
speak from experience.
Just
Drink
enough.
vodka. We're
So
good.
just like, I really hope that thing doesn't expand like it did.
It's got a lot of sharp angles on that.
It's cold out.
It is space. It's pretty cold in space. What's the party to do now as this information has been brought to your attention? What would you guys like to do?
Setting course for Arborween.
Setting course to Arborween? Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I will
I guess we'll do the same.
Yeah, we'll take the pirate ship with us.
We will take
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Okay, so who's driving?
I have piloting. I
You're
don't know how
piloting?
much piloting you. I don't know how much piloting you have.
Let's see. I got 2 greens for that, but
I have 1 yellow, 4 greens.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
I think I'll give it to you this morning.
Okay.
So Raven and Yeska are going to.
Do you want to name the ship, Raven?
No, you can name it, darling.
naming the ship?
In that case,
I don't mind the name.
I will name it.
It's your ship. But I just drive
Bastion.
it. What do you call it? Bastion?
Bastion.
Bastion.
Best.
I want to do this for you guys because this makes it a little bit easier for all of us. Good thinking. Oh.
What are you doing?
Just gonna rename it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks. I was about to do that.
Yeah, you guys can rename those.
It does that on its own? No, it doesn't. Nope.
I think you have to edit the... Are you trying to name it over on the side? Is that what you're trying to do, is rename it from the Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Okay, I will...
I don't know why it's doing it.
You have to change the name of the actual... okay, so it's Bastion. Bastian.
O-N.
O-N. Gotcha.
Like a bastion, like something solid to stand in the way of.
There you go. Now it's changed over there.
There you go.
And I'll change YT to... I'll just put Phoenix in front of it. So that way you guys will have it. So when I save that, it should say Phoenix now in front of on the... So when you guys click on it, it should be there. Perfect.
And Raven, maybe you get around to naming
I'll
your...
get around to it. Okay, boys.
It's there. You just have to look into the future for it.
Boys and their toys. Gonna name them all.
So as Raven and Yeska are getting situated in the Bastion, Nico, you're getting yourself set up back in the Phoenix, and Dran makes his way into the co-pilot seat. Dran,
oh my god, just kidding.
describe your like physically. Are you shook? Describe to Nico what he sees when you come back in. Now that you guys are away from Yeska and
Dran looks conflicted and like he's not fully there right now. He goes and just sits down. He's like mindlessly looking at the computer readouts.
Okay. Nico, you notice this as he's kind of just doesn't look like he's all there.
Typing hard.
Yeah.
I
quickly grab his hand.
Aggressive typing.
That's it.
After Dran. Dran. What's going on here?
Well, it's like I said. The latter part, not the early part. You heard them, what they were saying about, they were on this job to go and murder a bunch of rebels, and they were excited about it and happy about it.
I never really got a chance to really ask you, but used to this war hero, right?
I wouldn't call myself a hero.
Other people seem to think so.
I think, I am naturally a member of the Rebel Alliance.
Naturally.
Been in some battles, but wouldn't call myself a hero. Certainly, you saw back there.
That happen often?
I have a particular dislike for the Empire. I don't know if you're aware of, what they did to my homeworld.
Yeah, they're not the greatest, obviously. Got a lot that you're sacrificing, and I get that. But I had some wise words come to me recently, and you can't let those things find you. Only you can do that. When this is all said and done with, do you want to be the person that was on the firing side of the gun, or one who stopped it from firing?
I suppose there is the risk of becoming indistinguishable from that which I'm fighting against.
I wasn't gonna say it, but it seemed a little scary, to say the least. Watching you kind of do that little twirly thing with your hands and watching people kind of drop dead.
That's new.
It comes from a place that is very honest and real, but it's something that can be overpowering if you allow it. You know that when I was in a cave, I try and do these things, you know? You try and be the good person, or you're trying to do the thing that you feel is right. Sometimes when you're in that moment, what's right in that moment is wrong for the complete picture. You know? Maybe throwing darts in the dark, but you're not alone in what you're feeling, I'll say that. It's a war. We all lose something every now and again. Next time you want to shoot something, maybe try shooting the control panel, like what Raven does.
Easy, you know?
Yeah, fixable things.
You guys, as you guys are having this conversation, you notice off to the side that the Bastion scout ship has detached from the other freighter, and it looks like they're getting ready to make their way. You guys get an incoming comlink call from the ship. It's Raven's voice.
Ready to engage when you are, boys.
Right behind you. Hey,
Ratio there.
Jen, can you do me a favor and flip that switch so I can detach this hunk of junk?
Roger that, Captain.
And with that, as he switches that switch, that's where our credits will roll for tonight's
I hit
session.
engage before they're done their airlock.
Full throttle.
Full throttle. We're just
Full
going.
throttle.